Are you ready to start flipping with Flipgrid? I'm sure you've heard many of your peers using it. You may have even heard some students say how much they love Flipgrid. So I'm going to walk you through the super easy steps for setting up a Flipgrid account and creating your first grid. So first you're going to want to go to flipgrid.com. After you're at flipgrid.com, you'll notice there's an educator sign up button here in the window, but there's also one at the top right. So you'll want to click on one of those buttons. You'll notice that it gives you a little warning that students, anybody that participates in your Flipgrid does not have to have an account. That's all code-based. But you as an educator are going to need a login account. And what we suggest in HCPS is that you sign up with Google. So you'll click the Sign Up with Google button and log into your Google account if you've not already done so. After you log in, they'll start preparing your experience. So you do need to tell them a little bit about yourself. If this window comes up, you'll need to give your country, the age of your learner community, and your date of birth. When you're ready, click Let's Go. You're going to get a Welcome to Flipgrid page, and it's going to show you that all you need to do is 3 steps. Create your grid, add a topic, and share it with your students. So when you're ready, click Start My Grid. So let's talk about what a grid is. A grid is a place where you're going to have discussion topics. It's the house for all your topics. So I'm naming this one Flipping for Flipgrid because this is the one we're using for our Flipping for Flipgrid course, and all our discussion topics are going to go underneath this heading or this grid. So you'll want to name it, and you have 45 characters to do so. This next section, select a grid type, is important. In HCPS, you'll want to choose School Email, and we'll talk more about this on the next tab. Down on the bottom, you'll get to create a flip code. This will give some random number or letter or combination, and you can customize it as long as it's available. So I've chosen to use HCPS flipping. So I'm going to click Next. This is where that second box where we chose student email or email addresses is important. If you're doing this for students, you'll notice it already puts at hcpsnc.org. But if you'll recall, our student emails are a little different, so we'll need to add that one as well. So it's at stu.hcpsnc.org. And then you click Enter, and it enters that one. So you'll want to make sure that you have both the hcpsnc.org and the at stu.hcpsnc.org. So you'll click Next when you're finished. So now your grid is ready. You've got your grid ready to go. We'll talk more about sharing later, but I do want to point out that you've got your URL and you've got some various ways to share your grid. We'll talk more about that later.